Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. So, just want to give you some news on Jadon Sancho. Then I'm going to be giving you some additional information on Gabriel Magalhaes from Lille. Then I'm going to be giving you some news regarding Koulibaly from Napoli. But we'll start with the news on Jadon Sancho. So reportedly Jadon Sancho may have to put in a transfer request to force a move to Manchester United. Now, as you all know, we are not giving up on the signing of the player. Now, Ed Woodward has come out and said that the transfer saga regarding Jadon Sancho will go on for the entirety of the summer transfer window. Now, as you all know, Sancho recently joined Borussia Dortmund's training camp in Switzerland. Then obviously, reflecting on that, that's put his move to Manchester United in doubt because we failed to sign Sancho on Dortmund's deadline, because Dortmund made it clear that we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. Now, Borussia Dortmund sporting director Michael Zorg, he came out and said that Sancho is staying at Borussia Dortmund and he's going to be part of their plans for next season, and he insists that he will not be joining Manchester United, and he said that the decision is final. And he also revealed that Sancho's contract has secretly been extended until 2023. But I still think, Jadon Sancho to Manchester United is a possibility. But like I said to you, throughout the course of the Jadon Sancho transfer saga, it has been Borussia Dortmund's asking price that has been the stumbling block. Because Borussia Dortmund have said several times that they want over £100 million for the player, and we have said we are not willing to pay Borussia Dortmund's valuation. Now, obviously, Fabrizio Romano, who is a very reliable Italian journalist, he's spoken about the Jadon Sancho transfer saga a lot, and he still believes that Sancho to Man United is on. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano came out the other week and said that negotiations between Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund were at an advanced stage, and he also mentioned that Sancho had agreed personal terms with Man United, and he said he was set to sign a 5-year deal with the football club worth around £340,000 a week. So the other week it was looking very imminent that Sancho was going to be coming to Manchester United. But obviously, it's recently said that, talks between Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund had broken down due to Borussia Dortmund's asking price. Now, Borussia Dortmund's valuation is around £108 million. Dortmund said, they're looking for around £90 million up front. But Man United are reluctant to do this. I think we're only willing to pay around £60 or £70 million up front. Borussia Dortmund CEO the other week, he come out and denied that Manchester United were in advanced talks anyway to sign the player. But, I believe that we're the only club that are now in for Sancho anyway. Liverpool are no longer in for him and Chelsea are no longer in for him. I still believe deep down that Sancho does want to come to Manchester United, and I've outlined the reasons why I want him at the football club. Because he's got a very, very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. He's predominantly a right winger, and Man United are in search for the right winger, and he will dramatically improve us because Sancho's a player that can create chances. He'll make us more clinical in front of goal. He can score goals as well. His runs on and off the ball are very, very good. And, he's enjoyed 3 good years in Germany with Dortmund. Obviously, Borussia Dortmund paid £8 million in from Man City back in 2017. So Dortmund got him for next to nothing, but analyse his performances in the few years he's been with Dortmund, his valuation has persistently grown. Like I said, he did enjoy a few years at City before he was at Dortmund, but the main explanation why he left Manchester City is because he did not get assured any first team opportunities. and before he was at City, he was at Watford. He began his footballing career at Watford. I think he was at Watford from age 7 to the age of 14. And he is still, I think, only now the age of 20. But quite a few transfer experts have been talking about this. Not only Fabrizio Romano, also to Christian Fark has spoken about it. I think another expert's spoken about it. Simon Stones from the BBC. He's spoken about this Jadon Sancho transfer saga. But don't forget, we've made a promise to him that he will be our next number 7 if he signs for the football club in this summer transfer window, because we have got number 7 vacant at the moment, and we have had a lot of good number 7s up and down the generations. We are looking at quite a few alternatives to Sancho, because I will make an admission, he's cheaper solutions than him. It's recently said, we're looking at Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona. We've also been looking at Douglas Costa from Juventus. We've been looking at Rabbi Matondo from Schalke. We've looked at Thiago Almeida. We looked at Ferran Torres at one point. We're looking at Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich. We've inquired about getting him on loan. So, we have got quite a lot of alternatives. But Borussia Dortmund did say that they've come to accept the fact that Sancho does want to leave. So, recently, they have been looking for the replacements for him. Obviously, they've been looking at Memphis Depay from Lyon. They were looking at Rashika the other week from Werder Bremen. They were also looking at Jonathan Ecourt from Lille. But, Borussia Dortmund have done good recruitment in recent years. Obviously, they brought Bellingham in the other week for £20 million from Birmingham. They brought Erling Haaland in January. They were 2 players that Man United wanted to bring in. Obviously, they brought the likes of Julian Braun and Thorgan Hazard in recent years. They also got Emre Can permanently. But look at, Borussia Dortmund have lost quite a lot of their players in recent years. A lot of their players went to the Premier League. Lost Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang a couple of years ago. They also lost Christian Pulisic, Milkwan Gundogan, Mkhitaryan, they lost Kagawa at one point. Don't forget as well, Lewandowski left them. They lost Matt Hummels. So there's obviously players that have left them as well who didn't go to the Premier League. But Jadon Sancho is our number 1 priority target, and he has been our number 1 priority target for a while. Obviously, Solskjaer wants Manchester United to sign him, but obviously if we ended up paying Dortmund's valuation, then obviously he would be our most expensive signing, and he would be the most expensive British player in history. But, some United fans are now very convinced that Sancho to Man United is off in this summer transfer window, and this is why we are now looking at more alternatives. But if we don't get Sancho in the summer transfer window, then we'll obviously try to get him in January, or try to get him in the summer of 2021 when it could possibly be cheaper. So anyway, that is the breaking news on him. Now, let me just delve into the news on Gabriel Magalhaes from Lille. So, according to reports, I've just actually read it in the Manchester Evening News, I think it was, and it says that Gabriel Magalhaes is going to decide on his next club this week. Now, Manchester United and Arsenal are in for him. Also, to Everton, I think, are still in for him. It said the other week from Sky Sports that PSG and Napoli were in for him. It said from Sky Sports the other week that Napoli were the favourites to sign the player. Napoli obviously signed Victor Osimhen from Lille for around £45 million. Now, it did say, was it the other week, that he'd made a decision on his future, and he says he does actually want to join Arsenal. Now, he's a cheap solution because he's rated at around £20 million, is Gabriel Magalhaes. And obviously, Man United are in search for the centre half because we need someone to go alongside Harry Maguire in our back line. Obviously, for the vast majority of this season, Victor Lindelof has been playing alongside Harry Maguire, but quite frankly, Victor Lindelof is not on Harry Maguire's level. And Eric Bailly, we've also got him as one of our backups, but obviously, Eric Bailly is always injured, so he is very, very injury prone. We've also got Tuanzebe. He's another one of our backups, but Tuanzebe is also out with injury at the moment. And we've got a lot of centre halves in the team. I think we've got a good 7 centre halves, but I still think Manchester United do need a centre half because I think we need to improve defensively. So would Gabriel Magalhaes be the right player for Manchester United? Obviously, he's enjoyed around 3 seasons with Lille. I think he's made around 52 appearances for Lille or something like that. He has got a contract with Lille until 2023. So still a few years left on his contract. Lille did pay 1.5 million for him from Avia. He also had loan spells with Troyes and Dynamo Zagreb. And I think he is only at the age of 22 is the player. So I just wanted to give you the breaking news on him. Now let me give you the news on Kalidou Koulibaly from Napoli. Now, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, they have said that Manchester United have put a €70 million bid in for Kalidou Koulibaly. €70 million equates to around 63 million in pounds sterling. Now, I think Napoli are demanding that they want around £90 million for the player. But I'm very, very sceptical that Napoli are going to get £90 million because obviously, they're going through a difficult time at the moment because obviously they failed to get qualification for the Champions League for next season. It also does mention that Manchester City have put a £63 million bid in for Kalidou Koulibaly plus with bonuses included. Now it did say the other week that Napoli had revealed their asking price. And their president said that, they would not accept anything less than £81 million for the player. Now, we've been relentlessly linked with Kalidou Koulibaly. Let's revert back to 2018. We put an €80 million bidding for him, but this had been turned down by Napoli. Probably at that point in 2018, Kalidou Koulibaly probably was the best centre-half in the world. Probably is still one of the best centre-halves in the world now at this moment in time. Now, Kalidou Koulibaly has been a long servant at Napoli. Obviously, he's enjoyed 6 seasons with them. I think he has played around 181 games in the Serie A, as he scored around 18 goals. I think he's definitely made over 200 appearances for Napoli in all competitions. He has still got a contract with them, I think, until 2023. Napoli, did get him for around, 6.5 million from Genk. Obviously, before he was at Genk, he was at Metz. So actually, Napoli is the 3rd club in his playing career. He hasn't played in the Premier League as yet, so he's no experience of playing in the Premier League. But I think if he did come to the Premier League, I think, he would definitely exceed expectations. But yeah, City are in for him, despite the fact that they've just recently signed Nathan Ake from Bournemouth, and he's a centre-half. I think City got him for around, 40 or £41 million. But, yeah. But, I would be very, very excited about, the prospect of Kalidou Koulibaly going alongside Harry Maguire in our back line. What a centre-back partnership that would be. But I can't see, Manchester United getting Kalidou Koulibaly in anywhere. A lot of people think, it's the media justifying their existence on the Kalidou Koulibaly story and that. So that is the latest on all of the transfers. Now, I want to give you the things that will happen if Manchester United do win the Europa League. Now, obviously, it will be our first trophy under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. Obviously, Solskjaer did say winning the Europa League as Manchester United manager would be one of his greatest achievements, so it would surpass 1999. Also, too, it will end our trophy drought because, we haven't won a trophy for over 3 years. Also, too, it will be our 2nd Europa League trophy because we've already won a Europa League. We won it back in 2017 under the Jose Mourinho era. We did beat Ajax in the final by 2-0. It'll also be our 4th trophy in total since Alex Ferguson's retirement back in 2013, because as it stands at the moment, we've won 3 trophies since Ferguson left, and that was the FA Cup under Van Gaal and the Europa League and the League Cup in Jose Mourinho's first season. Well, there's Community Shield as well if you do want to count that. And it will also be our 46th trophy in our history, because so far we've won 45 trophies in our whole history. But obviously, 38 of those trophies came under the Alex Ferguson era. But definitely the Europa League is a priority for Manchester United. We are now into the semi-finals of the competition. It is our 2nd European semi-final since Ferguson's retirement. And it's actually our 3rd semi-final this season, because don't forget, we progressed to the FA Cup semi-final, and we also progressed to the EFL Cup semi-final. And we know who we've got now. We have got Sevilla, because Sevilla did beat Wolves by 1-0 yesterday. And Sevilla's going to be a test for Manchester United, but the expectations will still be on Manchester United. Sevilla, are a pretty good team. The last time we played Sevilla was back in 2018. They actually knocked us out of the last 16 of the Champions League. I think actually Wissam Ben Yedder scored twice in that game at Old Trafford, and Lukaku had scored our goal. But this will be a very, very tough test against Sevilla. And I think Solskjaer can't take any risks in this game, so I think he's going to go with his strongest 11. It is on Sunday, is the semi-final against Sevilla. But, we are just 2 games away from winning this trophy. But I've got to say, Solskjaer has exceeded expectations at Manchester United this season. Obviously, got qualification for the Champions League. Obviously, finished 3rd, which I also thought was a fantastic achievement. Like I said, progressed to the semi-finals of the FA Cup and the EFL Cup, and now the Europa League. But earlier on in the season, you wouldn't have even thought that Solskjaer would have exceeded expectations, because earlier on in the season, we enjoyed our worst start ever to a Premier League season. And obviously at that point, Solskjaer was close to getting sacked as Manchester United manager. But I give you the main explanations why Solskjaer didn't get sacked as Manchester United manager. Because obviously, we have been in a good vein of form. We did go on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions until Chelsea beating us in the FA Cup semi-final. We also, are unbeaten in our last 14 league games. We haven't lost in the league since January. I think also too the signing of Bruno Fernandes saved Solskjaer's job at Man United, because Bruno Fernandes has made the difference since he came into the football club. And also with Solskjaer being a club legend, I also thought that played a part in it, because Solskjaer was a great player for the football club for 11 years. He flourished under Alex Ferguson's guidance and that. So there are the reasons. But definitely Solskjaer's done well in his first full season at the club. Obviously, next season is the big test for Solskjaer, because obviously, next season he's going to have bigger expectations to exceed. I think our expectations next season will be to challenge for the Premier League title. Obviously, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. But we are the most successful team in Premier League history, because, we have won 20 titles and 13 of them are Premier Leagues. But, I want us to be up there next season competing with the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool. But I think, we should recruit well in this summer transfer window, because, like I said, we got qualification for the Champions League. Solskjaer's already outlined his transfer plans. He's instructed our board to go and get his preferred targets. Also, Solskjaer said he wants Man United to make at least 3 signings in this summer transfer window, because he wants to overhaul the Manchester United squad. I think Ed Woodward has said, he wants Man United to make around 3 or 4 signings in this summer transfer window. Our transfer budget got revealed we have got around £140 million to spend. And, I think the areas where Man United have got to strengthen up, I think we definitely need a right winger. We also need a holding midfielder. I think, it would be beneficial if we could get a left-back in as well. And, it would be beneficial if we could get a centre-half in. But big decisions have got to be made in this summer transfer window, of what, players we're going to recommend in, and what players we are going to get rid of. Because we need to also focus on the outgoings in this summer transfer window as well as the incomings. Obviously, a lot of players have left since Solskjaer got recommended into the football club. Obviously, the most recent player to leave obviously was Alexis Sanchez. It confirmed last week that he had joined Inter Milan on a free transfer. I couldn't really understand why Man United didn't demand a fee for him, but the positive side of things is that, it's freed up our wage bill completely, because I said Sanchez's wages were having a bad effect on the football club. But yeah, he's now with Inter Milan, is Sanchez, until 2023, because he did sign a 3-year deal. Obviously, Angel Gomez, it confirmed the other week, I think it was it not yesterday, Tuesday before, it had confirmed that Angel Gomez had joined Lille on a 5-year deal, but then he immediately got loaned out to Boavista, which is a Portuguese side. Now, a lot of United fans actually didn't want Angel Gomez to leave the football club, because they still thought he was the foreseeable future for Man United. He was at the club for several years. I think he was at the club since the age of 6. He did break into our senior squad in 2017, but I think the main explanation he left is because he wasn't getting enough chances, and Solskjaer couldn't assure him enough first team opportunities. This season, he only made like 6 first team appearances or something like that, and he only made 10 in total since he broke into the senior squad. But we failed to get Angel Gomez a new contract at Manchester United as well, don't forget. But his contract did expire on the 30th of June. But we put forward a few contract offers in for him, but obviously he had turned this down. Angel Gomez did actually become the youngest player to represent Man United since Duncan Edwards in the 50s, and he also became the first player in the 2000s to make an appearance in the Premier League and that. But yeah, he went. Also too, we saw Marcus Rojo go out on loan to Estudiantes in January. I do actually want us to get rid of him permanently. I heard, has he come back to Manchester United now, Marcus Rojo? I'll have to look a bit more into that. I didn't really have a perception on him, when he was on loan at Estudiantes, because I didn't really watch him a lot there. There's no point in us getting him back now anyway, because he won't get in the team, Marcus Rojo. Rojo's under contract at Man United till 2021, so is it like a year or just under a year left on his contract? We did get Rojo from Sporting Lisbon back in January back in 2014, for around £16 million. So he's enjoyed a good 5.5, 6 years at the club as Marcus Rojo. But I think he did recently have a private chat with Solskjaer saying that he did want to remain at Estudiantes. Also too, we did loan Chris Smalling out last summer to Roma, and Roma did pay around £2.7 million fee to get him on loan. He did very, very well on his loan spell with Roma. I'm actually surprised Roma failed to extend his loan. Obviously, Solskjaer did say that, he was in regular contact with Chris Smalling whilst he was on loan with Roma, and he still believes that, Smalling's got a long future at Manchester United. Smalling has been at Man United for around 9 or 10 years now or so he has been a long servant. I think, we want around 23 million to get rid of him permanently. He's just recently come back to Man United because his loan spell just recently ended with Roma. It also mentioned that Inter Milan do want Chris Smalling, like he updated yesterday. Young left the football club in January. He joined Inter Milan after he enjoyed 8.5 years at Man United. Also too, we saw Darmian leave the football club last summer. He went to Parma. We saw Ander Herrera leave the club last summer. Went to PSG. Ander Herrera enjoyed 5 years with Man United. We saw Fellaini leave in January 2019. He went to China. Fellaini did enjoy 6 years at the club. Lukaku left last summer. He went to Inter Milan. So a lot of players have left since Solskjaer came in. But I think he's planning to get rid of at least around 6 players in this summer transfer window. I expect us to get rid of Lingard because he recently said that we've put him up for sale. I'm hopeful we can get rid of Andres Pereira because he isn't even getting in the team enough. Andres Pereira. Like I said, Marcus Rojo, Diego Dalot, he's another player I expect to leave Manchester United because Diego Dalot isn't even getting in the team enough. We did get Diego Dalot in Jose Mourinho's final transfer window. We paid around £19 million in from Porto, and Dalot has got a contract with us until 2023. But only made 11 appearances for Man United in all competitions this season and only made 1 start in the Premier League because he had back-to-back injuries earlier on in the season. We're also going to loan players out. Like I said, Tahith Chon's going to be loaned out because Solskjaer has promised that he's going to be loaned out. He's going to be joining, I think, Werder Bremen, is it, on a 2-season loan. Obviously, he needs to go out on loan to get regular first-team football because at Manchester United he's found game time difficult. It was only back in March that Tahith Chon had signed a 2-year deal with the club to keep at Man United until 2022. He's already rejected offers from clubs across Europe, hasn't he, as Tahith Chon? But I think he's only made 12 first-team appearances for Man United. I think we're also going to loan Garner out. I think we're also going to loan Dylan Levitt out. There is a chance that, we could loan Daniel James out as well. Like I said, Tino Solskjaer has got a goalkeeping decision to make. Because he did say prior to the game against FC Copenhagen that, he's got a tough decision to make on 3 of his goalkeepers, and you'll find it difficult to keep, De Gea, Romero and Dean Henderson all at the club for next season. Personally speaking, I think we need to put Dean Henderson as number 1 for next season because I think Dean Henderson has now got that experience behind him. He's enjoyed 2 successful loans with Sheffield United, and he has been Sheffield United's player of the season. He recently said that we'd offered Dean Henderson a new deal worth around £60,000 a week. But Solskjaer did say recently that Dean Henderson is not yet ready to become Man United's number 1 goalkeeper. Dean Henderson will leave if he isn't assured to be number 1 for next season without a shadow of a doubt. Obviously, Sergio Romero, I think he could leave because, when Dean Henderson does get recalled back from his loan, he'll end up being our 3rd choice goalkeeper, Will Romero. That's if we do recall him from his loan, Henderson. We'll have to see what happens. De Gea has been our number 1 for several years, but like I said, he's been a liability in the last couple of years, De Gea, so I think, it's time for him now to be dropped. De Gea's enjoyed 9 seasons at Man United. He's approaching his 10th year at the football club. I've said to you before, De Gea's had 7 good years out of the 9 years he's been at Man United. I think for next season, probably Luke Shaw's going to remain our first choice left back because Luke Shaw's been our first choice left back for a while, and obviously, Luke Shaw is more experienced than Brandon Williams. My only element of concern about Luke Shaw is that he is injury prone. Luke Shaw's enjoyed 6 seasons at Man United. We did get him from Southampton back in 2014 for £30 million. But I expect Brandon Williams probably to be our first choice left back in the next couple of years or so. Williams has played a lot of games throughout the course of the season. He really has. And Williams, hasn't only played as left back, he's played as a left wing back. He's also played as a right winger. I think he played as a right winger in the game against Liverpool this season, did Williams. And, he's done really well. And, we had the good news regarding Williams recently, because he signed a 4-year deal at the club to keep under contract at Man United till 2024. And there was an option of a further year. Williams is just basically looking to improve. He wants to keep fit. And when he gets given his chances, he wants to give it 100% and that. But yeah, so Solskjaer's been at Manchester United now over a year and a half. But I said to you, didn't I? He does deserve at least another season. Even if we hadn't got qualification for the Champions League, I said he did deserve at least another season because it is a transition period and it has been a transition period for a while. And I have taken positives from Solskjaer's tenure so far. Like I said, our recruitment's really improved under him. He's brought the players that he's wanted to bring in so far. He's made 4 permanent signings at the club and spent just over £200 million. Because we have been criticised for several years, reflecting how poor our recruitment policy's been. We've also been criticised for overpaying for players. I think Solskjaer's promoted the youth very well throughout the course of the season. Our record against the top 6 sides has also been very good. And I've got to credit Solskjaer as well, because he's more or less giving everybody their chances to express themselves, because when Solskjaer got appointed in as Man United manager, he said everybody would get their chances to express themselves. And I think Solskjaer's just got under 2 years left now on his current contract at the football club. I still don't know if he's the foreseeable future for Man United. Obviously, time will tell, won't it? Next season, will tell the story. But like I said, I'm hopeful that we can get our 21st title under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. Solskjaer's learned quite a lot, since he's come in. He's got that managerial experience behind him now. Man United is the 3rd club in his managerial career. I think also Solskjaer decision making does need to improve. Because in some games Solskjaer's got it tactically right, and some games, he's been very tactically naive. But I think now Solskjaer at the football club knows what his strongest 11 is. He also knows his best formation. Don't forget there was a period where Solskjaer went with the exact same team for 5 league games in a row. And that's the first time Man United had done that since February 1993. But our only injuries now is Tuanzebe, Phil Jones and Luke Shaw. They should be back for the new season, should Shaw and Tuanzebe. And I think there's still certain players that I've got to improve at Manchester United, So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop me comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.